No, bullshit.
So, yeah. Um, yeah, so Ghoul, you heard a click from behind you also, and um, you feel something rest against the back of your head, and a knife creeps up over your shoulder at your cheek, and yeah, you hear a woman's voice, and she says, now, just stay calm, and everything will be over quickly.
Oh, you sound so sweet. I think I'll need to put some salt on your meat. But it'll taste great, I promise.
And she says, that's fine. And she you feel like the knife goes away, and you feel it hooking under your bandolier as she starts to saw it away. And so while that's happening, yeah, he's got his hand out, waiting for you to give him the knife slab,
Well,
and it's on
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
do. What Slab's gonna do is he's just gonna try in one quick motion, grab Kid by the head, put the knife against his neck or his head, against his probably having just force it through big enough, and just like slowly turn around and turn this into a hostage situation.
Okay, so you want to grab the dude and
Grab the kid. Yep. Threaten with the knife.
that's going to result in this guy behind you blowing you away. But
Right. He doesn't give a shit about the kid. Then I have to be fair.
um,
No.
well,
He's
right,
gonna shoot
Right. Well,
yeah,
you
part of
and the
part of having the jump on you, right?
yeah.
Is you go to move, and kid ducks, and he blows you out of the water.
Okay.
Now you can still resist this. Obviously, that's what you'll that's what you'll have to do to buy the next step of things. You guys are in a desperate position, but this isn't something you can roll out of right away.
yeah.
So, I mean, gun pressed to the back of your head. We're in desperate position. We're talking level 4 harm. You can expend armor, and you can also roll to resist. Each point of armor, you want to step it down 1 step, and then your resistance would step it down. So if you use a heavy armor right here, if you use up your heavy armor and you roll a resistance, it'll just be level 1 harm. And then you can make a roll to grab the kid.
And the thing is, if I'm already gonna get shot, might as well just kill this dude.
Yeah. I guess the other thing you could do on top of that, use up your armor, roll resistance. You could also spend your stress, because you have not to be trifled with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you roll that, you could probably avoid the harm altogether. Also, I mean, it's not a roll; it's just spending stress to do it. So you can avoid the harm altogether because you're a scary dude, and you do have the quick reflexes to avoid that. It would involve using all of those things, but yeah, that's all available to you.
Right. Yeah, so I think that's what's gonna happen. But if I'm trying to take this kid in hostage hold, ducks out of the way, guy shoots, we'll get to resistance and all that. But I'm gonna change from hostage situation to straight up taking this kid and throwing it at whoever's behind Rama.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's like you're gonna duck the gun. It shoots over your shoulder. The kid's ducking it as you're moving. grab the little bastard and spin around and just like toss him that direction.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to spend all of your armor?
Yep.
Okay. That's 3 of your load.
Yep.
And spend your, I think it's 1 stress. Oh, push yourself. So mark 2 stress to do your daring feat. And then it's a prowess resistance for sure.
Okay. No bonus dice.
Look inside yourself. I'm killing you.
Alright, 1 more stress.
Nice.
Okay. So you take no harm. The bullet, it hits you square in the like back, but your armor is there. It doesn't like it was like under your armor, like in the base of your skull, but yeah, you've taken it on the armor.
Unlike last time, I remember to wear a back plate this time because I'm sick of getting shot in the back.
Yeah.
And you get this kid, and you're gonna spin and toss him. So we'll say the like tossing a human person like a cannonball. We're gonna roll that into your not to be trifled with. And I guess you've got a couple choices for the action roll. Could be skirmish, could be wreck.
I kind of like the idea of wrecking someone
Okay.
by throwing a child at them.
And
Oh, Christ.
let's see. Your desperate situation, we know that. And what's your totally effect level? You've done your not to be trifled with, so that we know where you're going to get that.
Yeah. I get the push effect from that, right?
Well, pushing yourself lets you do that move. Let me double check that it. Yeah, so basically you're pushing yourself, and it increases your effect level.
Right.
So anybody can do that all the time, but when you do it, we carry on like you're breaking walls apart. You are fighting 5 guys at once, and it's like no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you would be at limited effect, but you're at standard effect. Yeah, you can get this done.
Yep.
Devil's Bargain I could offer you is well, it's a choice. It's a choice for you, Slap. Devil's Bargain. Either the kid hits you with whatever's in that bag, or Ghoul has to deal with whatever's in that bag.
It's cool. I can take it.
You sure?
Yeah.
If you really want to.
I mean, yeah.
All right. If you're cool with it, you take that Devil's Bargain, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I apologize in advance.
Okay, so you've got.
So it's instant death and Ghoul. I need you to die and again.
Okay, so you've got an extra dice there. So yeah, roll that wreck.
Oh well.
Okay, so there's going to be a consequence. Okay, so you duck under, the bullet hits you on your back armor, you grab this kid, and you're swinging him around, and you toss him up the hallway. Like a, I I don't know what, like a javelin.
Like a discus throw.
And as you're grabbing this kid, you hear like him, the bag swinging, and you can hear the clinking of glass and like glass bottles.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and you toss him, and we'll come back to you. The complication you're going to get is he's going to knock your knife out of your hand. This guy, he comes in with a knife of his own and like slashes at your hand and knocks the knife out.
Fair enough.
Like disarms you, and he's coming in for like the kill. But before we get back there, yeah. So, Ghoul. You don't. You're not getting shot. But this kid comes flying up the way, and he's got a bunch of bottles in his bag.
Yeah.
So I think the design I had in mind for this kid is like, he was going to take you into the room and show you like, oh, here's my stuff. And he's going to get you to like, look for the stash, and then he's going to take his bag and hit you over the head with it. And not only was it hitting you in the bag with heavy glass in it, but glass vials were then going to burst open and hurt you with a bunch of silly alchemy stuff.
Okay.
Let me see.
I thought you were gonna spray like glass dust on my eyes or something. Glass powder, I guess.
Glass powder.
A great name. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Actually, it's an actual thing.
It's either fire oil
No, it isn't.
or it was either fire oil or a flash bang. I think
Choke dust.
choke dust. Well, so it probably... I wouldn't say it was choke dust, because then if he hits you with a bag full of choke dust, yeah, it chokes the shit out of you, but then it chokes the shit out of him. Now, the flash bomb...
Fire all explodes.
That's true, right? Like, but it would be centralized around your head. Like, he would hit you and then, like, dive as you were covered in napalm. The flashbang obviously would hit him in the face, too. Both of those are crazy and dangerous. But these are the Lost. They are crazy and dangerous dudes. I think I like fire oil better, especially because he rolled a wreck, and I want to give him a wreck result.
Okay.
Needless to say, the kid's gonna die. He's not gonna survive this. As his glass vials, he comes up and he smacks into you, and the jars break. You still get to resist all this, but I'm going to narrate the worst possible case. He smacks into you, the jars burst open, and you and he are both engulfed in flame.
That's just a waste of meat. It's gonna be overcooked.
And since it's a desperate roll, I mean, this isn't that lady shooting you in the back of the head, so this would be level 3 harm.
Equally as bad, maybe.
You could resist it. You can't use armor against it.
I can't. That makes sense.
Well, okay, you could use armor to resist the initial damage, but you'd still be burning.
I mean, I'm gonna pump myself full of rage essence in a minute, so I don't really care.
Let me see. So bursting into flame. Oh God, I'm burning. So for that, I think I would step it down to 2. So here's what you can do. Level 2 harm. You can resist with armor for the initial damage, and you can resist to not be set on fire. Right? Like,
Okay.
instead of it hitting you directly, the kid is coming and it hits like against the jamb of the door, and you just duck to get out of the way. And obviously the lady behind you with the gun, she doesn't stand there to shoot you. She goes, oh shit, and she dives back also. So she's not going to eat it, but there's no resistance. I guess you could resist to catch her on fire also instead of you not getting caught on fire, depending on how crazy you are. But
I mean, I'm the craziest. Give me the worst possible situation, and I'll do it.
Yeah, so we're looking at level 2 harm. You can resist that with heavy armor completely. And you can roll a prowess to not be caught in the blaze itself.
Okay. So it's 3 for the armor.
Yeah, 3 load for the heavy armor.
Okay.
And
here's the prowess.
a prowess resist.
Can I push myself?
Not on a resistance. It's kind of oxymoronic because you're getting stress.
I just take 1.
Okay, 1 stress as you dive out of the way, and yeah, that doorway is burst into flame, and part of the hallway where you were standing, right? And you go diving to the side.
So, yeah, it's level 1 harm.
No, you resisted both the harm. Since I was going to set you on fire and do continuous damage.
Cool.
Yeah, so you go diving up the hallway. The lady goes diving back. Lets out a scream of, son of a bitch. And there's this fucking gout of chemical fire in the hallway. There's now smoke spreading through the hallway. And here's some good news. People are leaving. They're just getting the hell out.
Yeah. Here's the bad news. The building's gonna set on fire, and the bells are ringing.
That's also right. Yes. The bells are going to be ringing quite shortly. Once this kid has finally burned to death in his... Yeah.
I'm not saying we run. I'm saying we make it quick.
So what do you do right after that, Ghoul? Let's give you a chance to take an action also. So you dive up the hallway.
Yeah, I dive down. Right, this is all hitting me at the same time. Like, dude, these guys are not fucking around.
Mm-mm.
Maybe I shouldn't either, right? And I take out a small green vial, and I shake it before putting a syringe on it and just shooting myself in with rage essence.
Okay, so rocking some rage essence. Here we go. Rage essence is hardcore. But it's super fun. We like it.
Yeah.
Now if I can only find
I grow bulky, green, get angry. It's super cool.
Now I can't find the exact effects of rage essence.
Are there any exact things?
Well, in previous versions, it makes you. What were the words? It was like you become increased strength and irrational.
Yeah, enhances strength, resistant to pain, and irrational aggression.
Irrational aggression, yeah. You know what? Let me bring up the playbook.
Which a more philosophical mind might say, violence is always irrational. But fuck it.
There we go. Man, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's the bit to move up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because it's not an alchemical. It's in your items, right? Well, no. Okay. I don't know where you found it. Drawback, 4 o'clock. There we go. Accosted by spirit wardens. 1 tick per use. Yeah. So every time you use one of these crazy oils, there's a thing. So Rage Essence. This is not a drug. This is the essence of rage. This is a spiritual concoction, right? It's an arcane potion. There is some spiritual element, or you refine this from the ghost field, or they siphon it off of spirits that are, or maybe it's made from Leviathan's blood, right? I think I like the Leviathan's blood thing.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
It's very refined. Like, this isn't like shooting up Leviathan blood. That shit'll kill you. But it's heavily refined, and it is the very substance of being, of rage, of wrath. Your eyes go bloodshot. You start frothing, right? It's like 10-minute rabies or something. So you are accessing magical. You're also, it's not just taking in an oil or something. It is accessing some kind of magical aura, or calling on that. So you need to start a 4-part clock and tick it once for accosted by spirit wardens. This is exactly the kind of stuff they detect.
Here, we start a clock. Oh, there we go. First, tick it once.
Cool.
There we go.
What are you doing with that?
need-
What are you doing with that rage essence after you shoot it up?
After I shoot myself up, I'm gonna. How thin are the walls? That's.
So you want to break through a wall?
Yeah, I mean, I dived out to the hallway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She dived into the room.
Okay, so you want to go straight through the wall after her.
Yeah, I just come out of the wall.
Just
All right.
Kool-Aid man straight through.
Yeah, he's gonna Kool-Aid man that shit.
Ooh yeah, motherfucker. Because I'm rage.
All right. Yeah, cherry Kool-Aid man. Here we go. So what kind of action is that? It seems like a wreck.
Yeah, I think it's a wreck.
So you're desperate. We're gonna be desperate the whole time.
Sure.
But also, Slab, in case we didn't mention it, don't forget to mark that desperate roll.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I did.
And what's your effect level? I think you would
The
be
best.
you would be at limited because it's a fucking wall you're trying to punch through, but you're pumped up with rage essence, so I think that brings your effect level up.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so let's roll to bash through this wall. You can push yourself if you want for greater effect, and well, you could push yourself for an extra die. You could push yourself for greater effect. If you get great effect, if you get level 3 effect, I'll let you punch her when you go through, right? Or a devil's bargain. I want to say heat because of puns, but cha-cha-cha. No, I'll give you a devil's bargain for level 1 harm on yourself.
Hmm.
Oh, and let's not forget you are gut shot, so you do have lessened effect.
Oh, I thought I had to feel both.
No.
things.
No.
Okay.
It's if you can have 2 different ones, because if either or both applies to the situation, and this physically fighting everything, right? This is definitely your gut shot hurts.
Okay.
Especially because
Limited.
you feel fucking everything to a greater degree. It's kind of fueling your rage. I'll still give you the devil's bargain is still for harm, level 1 harm.
The rage essence boosts pain tolerance, so
That's a good point. That is a good point. Okay, as long as it's lasting, we'll ignore your harm.
Hey,
Your level 1 harm.
understand it, baby.
We'll ignore your level 1 harm. If you take level 2 harm, that's like bones being broken and stuff or whatever. So, for right now, we'll ignore that level 1 harm for your Rage Essence. That's a good point.
Okay.
Still, Devil's Bargain, still for harm. You can still push for greater effect, all that stuff.
Yeah, can you do both? Take the bargain and push?
No. You can either do the bargain or push.
I'll take the bargain. So
level 1 harm, put
I guess
drywall burns. I don't know. Put heavy
degree in ice.
This guy is on fire.
Stony ice.
Yeah. Big splinters. Stony eyes. Okay. I'll remember what that means. So, yeah, you've got an extra dice for your wreck to punch through that wall.
Okay.
Get him.
2 dice. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, it's a 4. Okay.
Okay. So you punch through the wall. Oh, yeah. And...
I should have walked in. I should have walked in. Fuck. Okay. No, rage. Fucking
Rage.
Come on.
Rage. Irrational anger. She's gonna gat you. She's definitely gonna gat you. Yeah. She's dove into that room and you punch through the fucking wall, looking like Bane, and she still has her gun loaded. She just spins, and empties the barrel on you. And she doesn't have like a pistol, right? Now that you see her, she has like a blunderbuss. And so this big spray of powder shot hits you. Yeah, that's going to be greater harm. That's level 3 harm. You can resist that to knock it down to 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Have you used armor yet?
Yeah, I used it.
I used everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shoulders, his clothes are still on fire a little bit from the little bit of fire oil that got on him.
Do I get bonus dice because tolerance to pain? Wink, wink.
No, because we're still ignoring your level 1 harm. We're just ignoring that.
Holy shit.
4?
I take 4 stress.
And call that powder shot.
Oh fuck! Wait, I have 2 level 1 harms. I can't knock it down.
Well, it was going to be level 3, so you knock it down to level 2 anyway.
Down to
yeah.
2. Okay.
Okay. So
powder shot, you said? Yeah.
Powder shot. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, you bash in through the wall and kablam! There's this big smoke cloud, as like you're peppered with shot all over you. What do you do?
I take out a weapon.
Yeah, what's it gonna be?
A Kopesh. I take out a Kopesh, my dual Kopesh, and a fucking charger.
Dual Kopesh, nice. Are you gonna do like a hook around, like slice her head off or something?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, maybe not because I'm just now, so maybe the pommel. Why not?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Take out the first puncher.
Well seasoned. All right. I think that's a.
Tenderized meat.
What's your action there? Skirmish? Are we skirmishing?
Skirmish. I think it's skirmish.
Yeah, she blasts you with the thing, and then you keep coming, and like her eyes go wide, and she sneers and tries to get to her feet, moves to get to her feet with that knife in her hand. So we're still desperate. But since we're ignoring your harm and now you have this rage essence shit, I think you have greater effect. Which means that she will do less harm to you than she should, like one less.
Okay.
If
I
she
take
does.
-1 dice, right?
Yeah, we are doing the -1 dice. Because you've been shot and you're bleeding, right? You might just pass out even before the rage essence wears off.
Yeah.
Devil's bargain. I don't want to do it for harm, because we're already getting harm on you. Ooh.
I can take the clock.
Spreading flames.
Wow. So tempting.
The flames are spreading. And I will start a clock for the building burning down.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Okay.
Have a way of taking care of that, so...
Cool. So... let's put that down.
So I'm back to 2 dice. Okay.
Yeah, you got the 2 dice. Let me just title this clock. Burning down the house. There we go. And I will tick it once.
Fuck. Just...
I mean, it's okay. You got it. She's going down. Burning down the house. Oops. What am I going to do to you, Rama?
As if you didn't know.
I could keep burning down the house. Okay, she comes up with this knife and she charges you. I mean, fierce and fearless, right? She's not gonna go down without a fight, even if you are become a rage monster. Yeah, they one of these that bag is still sitting there, and this fire is spreading, and it as you strike her down, right? You just had too much reach advantage, and ignoring all that pain, she wasn't able to get in on you. And she goes down, and you're still frothing and you're bleeding from all the powder shot, and the fire starts spreading around, and it is burning around this bag, and we can just see one bottle unbroken in there that just boils for a second and explodes again. And fills the hallway even more. Splatters of liquid fire move up the hallway, and we're gonna tick the fire. We're burning down the house. So we'll come back to Ghoul and what he's gonna do in his rage. He's irrationally angry at the fire. He's gonna go strangle it with his bare hands.
Yep.
But in the living room, we are having a sweet Jason Bourne knife fight. Right? The guy slashes your wrists, and he then comes at you. Now, he's not a tiny dude, but he's not as bulky and huge as you are, right?
Yeah.
But he knows what he's doing with a knife, and you are somebody to tell that. And he's coming in with swift movements, right? Jabbing and striking and trying to force you into a corner so that he can just wear you down and finally bury this knife in your chest. What are you doing?
Right. So, kind of, yeah, dodging behind after each blow, and kind of starting to get like, all right, he's going fast one side, fast the other side, he's trying to force me into the corner, so I'm waiting for the opportunity to try and just rush forward and grab his wrist, and then take this, it's like a short shovel that I have on my belt. It's like, grab it by the head and just force the blade into his neck, and then just keep charging until I hit a wall.
Your sweet trench shovel.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, he's moving you to a corner, and you're trying to wait for your one opportunity. And you lunge out to grab him. I guess this is a skirmish. This is pretty textbook skirmish.
Yeah. Unless I could wreck him into a wall.
Maybe you can.
I mean, I think skirmish is the better.
Okay, cool.
And then he explodes into more fire oil.
His glass skin, yeah. And you dive in, grab the wrist, and bring out your trench shovel to bury it. So we're looking at a skirmish. You are desperate. Standard effect. We're at standard because you're. I mean, it's two individuals, and you're both pretty evenly matched.
Do we get great because it's a fine shovel?
Is it really a fine shovel? It is a fine shovel.
It is a fine shovel. It's my fine weapon.
That's hilarious. Sure. Yeah, we'll call that great effect.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, you can pretty much...
Master crafted shovel.
If your devil's bargain has anything to do with fire, I'm not taking it.
No, I want you to take a bad cut, to get in on him. Level 2 harm. Like, to get in close, you had to take a blow from this guy. And I think I'm going to call it, what's your dominant hand? Is it your right or your left?
It'd probably be right.
So your left hand, you had to, you wanted to grab his wrist, but you just couldn't, right? He was too quick. He had you in too good a position, so the best that you could come up with is let him hurt you, right? You Rob Roy him. You let him jab you in the butt, and you use your flesh to catch his blade.
Right.
And you give him the Liam Neeson across the head.
No, I'm gonna just try my luck.
Okay.
Without it. Here we go.
Okay.
God damn this session.
Yeah, last session as well. No sixes. Well, barely any.
So I think he had you. He had you in the corner. And you knew, both of you knew this is just going to be us killing each other, right? I'm going to hit you, and you're going to stab me. We're both going down. Hell with it. But then that vial exploded. In the nick of time for you. And some of the fire splashed on him unexpectedly. And he stumbled. Right? And his blade just missed his death swing, but your shovel came in, whack, and you hit him in the back of the head. And he goes down. But you are cornered by the flame as it's spreading faster and faster. And I shall continue to burn down the house.
Right.
Yeah, this fire's getting hugely out of control.
Yeah, no shit.
And the bells are ringing off in the distance. I don't know that you can hear them, Ghoul, for the fire and your own and the sound of your own furious heart, but What are you guys gonna do?
Did I kill the woman?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've just been pummeling away at her face, like grabbing chunks of flesh and eating them when I noticed the fire.
Okay. Yeah, it's catching everywhere. It is burning wildly.
Mm. Am I capable of thought? Is there a restriction to?
I mean, there is the irrational anger.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Can I use it? I want to use frost oil. Right. I want to just take out frost oil and smash it. It's a question of
Mother of
can
God.
you weaponize irrational anger?
Can you weaponize irrational anger? I mean, you can. It just depends on what you're weaponizing it against, right?
Yeah. I guess I could resist the irrational anger.
Here's what we'll do. You can resist the anger if you roll a resistance roll. This is definitely resolve.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it's an arcane potion. So you can try to do that to just make your tinker roll at full effect. Or if you make that tinker roll, you are desperate and limited effect. You can't stop the fire. You can't put it out, but you can hold it off long enough. Right? You just don't apply the stuff effectively. You just kind of like toss the shit. And you can get yourself in like... you can get yourself out of here safely enough. Maybe you could also help Slab. But if you resist it, you can get control of your faculties to make a full effect tinker roll to maybe put it out entirely.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have one slot of stress.
Yeah. You would need to roll a 6 on that resolve too.
You know what? Fuck it, let's do it.
Nice.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
And if he goes traumatic, does he still?
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Does he still get the effect? He still resists the consequence, right?
He would, but since when he goes traumatic, he is out of the score.
Right.
I pass out. Too much road.
You don't pass out. You lose it entirely. You go to stop yourself, but you can't. You hear those people outside, and you hear them yelling, and the fire and the heat burning in your wounds, and you spin around and you jump out the window, and you just start rampaging through the streets. Anybody,
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, anybody in your way. You're just
I'm gonna take unstable.
pummeling them. That's not necessarily your trauma, but this is the effect of the rage essence.
I mean, it's too good to pass upon it, so I'm just
I don't disagree that your character's unstable. I'm just saying. Yeah, you're out the window and you disappear for a while. Nobody really knows where you went.
I want to feed, man.
What about you, Slab?
All alone in the burning building.
Yeah, cornered by the fire. There's a window you can jump out. Or you can try to be a hero. I don't know what you're going to be a hero with, but... You know.
At this point, there's no way that everything is on fire. There's no way to contain the flames, right?
I'm not no way. Ghoul had a way. I don't know if you have any gear or...
Thing is, the
You-
only thing that kind of springs to mind is if I can use my Matic to like try and hack, like cordon off a certain part of that will just burn and try and stop it from burning the rest by just wrecking the place and consigning one part of the building to flames and saving the other part.
Well, you can't use
But
your Matic because you don't have enough load left.
I did take heavy load though.
Yeah, which is 6.
I thought it was 6 plus.
No.
Is she? Or maybe I just have a. Let me look. Sorry. Because I thought this might work, but how does it work? Which part is that?
Unless I'm wrong. I can look. I've been misremembering rules with the latest version.
Base load. Right. Yeah. If look on page 57 on mine.
Okay.
The character creation summary. You have access to all the items in the sheet. I'll just copy paste it out. That's what it says there. But I'm not sure. I don't think I have version 8.
Oh.
So.
Your maximum load is 2 greater than your heavy load. Is that on page 57?
On mine, that's character creation summary. So it'd just be past normal character creation before the playbook starts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me look in one last place. Because there are things that let you carry over the heavy load. I don't have that language in 8.1, but it doesn't mean I'm missing it. It doesn't mean I'm not missing it.
Otherwise, I just have to do it with the shovel.
Special armor. Okay, let me just do it. Well, yeah, that seems left over from the previous version. what we're gonna say though, I will let you pull it out. It's fine. Since you were unclear about it, we were both unclear about it. We'll say you've got your Matic this time. For from here going forward, then we'll limit it at 6, unless you get something to like help carry extra load.
Fair enough.
So you're gonna pull out your Matic and you're gonna try and like chop this place down.
So yeah, if this part of the building is burning, right?
Yeah.
Then basically, yeah, try and I'm gonna definitely pull not to be trifled with, and basically play a team of firefighters. Try and limit the damage.
Okay.
But
so yeah, you'll definitely have to do not to be trifled with. Seems like you're going for a wreck, am I right?
Yeah. How would I know that? The other option that's in my mind here is there are people outside in the streets, right?
Yeah.
I could try and command them to form like a bucket chain and try and help put out this fire is the other thing that's in my mind. But I think that'll take too long.
Yeah, that would require you to get outside. To get like past the fire in the first place.
Right.
I don't think you just have that time because it's a chemical fire,
yeah,
right?
Fair enough.
This requires your crazy monstrous strength.
Yeah.
What's your freaking effect level? I'm gonna say you would have no effect usually because this is not something a human can do, but you are superhuman, so your limited effect is gonna be that you're gonna damage the building. You guys will have to repair this place, in addition to furnishing it.
Yeah.
If this works. And the devil's bargain is for harm.
Fair enough.
It's for level 2 harm. I would say level 3, but you are going beast mode on this, so I think I'm happy with level 3. You could still resist that even after you roll. You can still resist devil's heart bargain stuff.
Alright. Yeah, then I'll take that devil's bargain.
Alright. So we're doing a wreck. You've got an extra dice from the devil. Limited effect, desperate. Do not roll all below 3s. Okay. Thank you.
Finally, a 6. They exist.
You want to resist the fire now?
I do. I will try to resist the fire as well.
This is a resolve. Maybe I didn't mention that at first.
Okay.
Because it's the.
Oh
wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm sorry. I was thinking of his rage essence. This is prowess. You're right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Fire all around you.
Alright, 2 stress.
2 more stress. Oh my God.
Almost about to draw my out again. What?
So you start tearing this place apart with your Matic, frothing and angry yourself, breaking the floor apart. I mean, it's a really old building, and you're a huge dude. And yeah, you managed to contain this fire by just destroying the walls. The walls sort of crumble on top of it and start to actually douse it out by just smothering it, which is better than throwing water on it, right? Because it is a chemical fire.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't save everything. It still burns a good long while.
Yeah. That's fair.
So you managed to basically contain it somewhat, but it still burned the crap out of this place. The place is essentially gutted, but you kept it from collapsing entirely. Yeah. Well, that went off the rails, everyone.
All according to plan. Someone's plan.
But that's the assault done. Nobody wants to live here anymore.
I think Furnish the Joint just turned into a 16-part block or something.
Yeah, I definitely have to bump that up. Well, I don't want to just add clocks to it. What am I going to say? Oh, I'm going to add a stipulation. So we know we have Briggs, but to complete this step of the operation, you need furnishings, obviously, but you also need labor. You have to get some labor. Because the two of you can't repair this place. Neither of you is a carpenter, for example.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, I could tinker with this.
There's dead bones. I can make all kinds of things.
Yeah. All kinds of nails and.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. We're gonna have to come back at this.
Yeah, sure.
All right, 5 minutes.
All right. Nice.